Hey y'all, I'm Karen Mayer Cunningham, the special education boss. If you've ever felt confused, overwhelmed, or just plain frustrated at the 504 IEP table, you are in the right place. Every week, I'm breaking down the rules, the rights, and the realities of special education so you can walk into meetings informed, empowered, and ready to make real change. And whether you're a parent, a teacher, an advocate, a school-based member, or somebody who's just trying to do right by a student, this podcast gives you straight talk, real answers, and tools that you can use immediately. I'm not here to play politics. I'm not here to play sides. I'm here to train people who sit at the table and teach you how to follow the law, ask the right questions, and protect the rights of students. So go ahead and hit subscribe, share this with a friend, and you know what? Meet me back here every single week. We're not just talking about change. We're making it. Because when you know better, you do better. And when we get it right for the child, we get it right for everybody. Welcome to today's episode of the Epic IEP, where we share stories that are fun, frustrating, and fantastic. And this is going to be a little bit longer, but listen to this because you're going to run into this. So one of the things that I do as an advocate is we bring our own data to the IEP meeting. I know that's crazy, isn't it? That we should just believe all the data from the school district. Sometimes the data is incomplete. Sometimes the software is hard to fill out. Sometimes it doesn't really just capture the whole child, right? And so I'm not going into a meeting expecting the school to have the data. We're showing up with the data as well. And so two of the things I have my clients do is I have them do three 3-minute cold reads, three 3-minute cold reads, and 2 3-minute cold writes. And so so I just have the student read at home, have the parent record it, because the present level says Billy reads, 80 words correct per minute on a level P. And so we pull some P books, and that's probably better. I could have found a better initial, some Q books, and have the student read. Because if in fact this data is correct, the school's saying he's crushing it, he's on grade level, but mom and dad say he's frustrated, he won't read at home, he's crying. So we got to figure this out. We got to figure out what is his level. Why do I need to know his level so that I can have a baseline and build, right? And so I'm in the IEP meeting, and we use words like fantastic, super, well-groomed, which I don't even know why we use those words to describe a child. But I just want the baseline, whatever the baseline is. If he reads at a level A or level Z, it doesn't really matter, but I need to know where he is so that we can build from there, right? And so the parent sent me the videos, and the videos, a picture's worth 1,000 words, a video's worth, I don't know, you guys tell me what a video's worth. And so the little boy is reading, and 3 leveled books he's never read before, and he is not doing good. He is struggling to read. He's struggling to start. He has so many corrections. And so we get into the meeting, they share their present levels for reading. And I said, so I just wanted to share the data, and we can email it to you. I can play it for you right now. But we don't find the same reading level. And she goes, what do you mean? I said, well, you said he's reading on level Q, right? Yes. And I said, but you said he reads, 80 words correct per minute. But we had him read at home, and he's not reading that. He's reading much lower than that because of his errors. And she goes, what do you mean? He's reading lower that because of his errors. And I said, I can play it for you. We can just, if you'll give mom access, we can just screen share and play it for you. She goes, go ahead. So, okay. It's always me. It's never them. So mom plays it, and this child is self-corrects like every third word. Like it's almost a loop. He repeats, he self-corrects. And she goes, I said, so is that how you see Billy reading at school? She goes, yes, it is. I said, so then that wouldn't be 80 words correct per minute. She goes, what do you mean? I said, well, all of those errors when he self-corrects and he repeats and he changes the word from of to for, you got to take off for that. She goes, well, I don't want to take off for it. That's the way he reads. You don't want to take off for it? Correct. That would penalize him. No, it would identify his need. You have to take those errors off. She goes, well, then that's where you got that number. That's why it's so different. Correct. So sometimes people in their jobs may not be fully learned in that vocation. And so I don't know how she came to be his case manager and his resource reading teacher. but she would have passed the lie detector test that you don't take off for errors. So we need to look at the data. We need to look at the clean data. So if you're an advocate and a parent, come with your own data. Have that ready. And it's not about refuting the other person, but we have things that are occurring at school that don't occur at home. Right? If you've ever been in a meeting, they're like, well, he does it at school. I said, so when he walks across the neighborhood, he loses his ability to read 50 words correct per minute. Well, we don't see it at school. And so make sure if this is a need, it will be a need, right? It will be a need on Saturday. It'll be a need during football season. It's a need. And so we're just trying to identify the need, find the baseline so that we can build right appropriate IEP goals to enable him to make progress appropriate in light of his circumstances. We have to know the child's circumstances. It's not personal. It's business. And it may take one meeting. Hopefully it takes one meeting. Maybe it takes two meetings where we go back and get some more accurate data. So remember, go get the Epic IEP. It's an amazing playbook that I wrote for parents, educators, and advocates. The same 7-part framework that I use with any client that I serve and that I did with my son 100 years ago. So remember, keep being great. And we'll see you guys in the next training. Hit subscribe, share this with a friend, and you know what? Meet me back here every single week. We're not just talking about change, we're making it. Because when you know better, you do better. And when we get it right for the child, we get it right for everybody.